The other thing I wanted to tap into really quickly was just coming from a loan officer's perspective. I know, for my loan officers, the last couple of years have been tough. It's been a grind. But I really do want to harp on the fact that I think it's been a grind because to be successful, you had to step outside of your normal expectation, your normal process, and the normal way that you got business. So for so long in our industry, we were able to just kind of sit back, refinance, referrals, clients that I sold a home to someone a year ago. Now I'm able to, refinance them a year later. And you have multiple transactions from one person, sometimes twice in 1 year, sometimes every other year or every year you were doing a deal for somebody. And it made it to where, of course you would go after and add new business, but the refinance business was so strong that it was really easy to become complacent and live off of the consistency you had there. The moment rates ticked up, all those clients that you can count on to reach out to and say, "Hey, you got any needs that you want to, take cash out or, pay off any debt or do some home improvements or pad the pockets," they dried up. They had no reason to refinance. It made absolutely no sense. There was no one that you there. Not only couldn't you convince anyone, but you don't want to convince people on home loan transactions, right? So you want people to be convinced on the benefit on their own. You're not going to be like, yeah, take this 5% and get the cash out. Even if you could sell some sort of benefit, these are long lasting transactions that have big financial impact. So you want it to be something that, for one, makes sense and is a choice that is driven by the client and the client feeling like they reached the benefit and they got the best scenario that they could and that they weren't rushed or pushed into anything, right? So it made it hard to sell any refinances during that time, unless someone was like in a desperate need to take cash out, which the reality of it is that the people that are in a desperate need to take cash out probably can't qualify, right? Because who is good with their income and everything's going good with their job and debt wise and things like that, but they're in a desperate need so much that they're willing to take a 6% over the 3% they currently have. So my point was just the logic behind a lot of things, that would lead someone to refinance just didn't make sense and it just wasn't there. So the people that transition to purchasing leads and purchasing purchase leads, clients that are going to buy a home, the people that transition to that were able to stay afloat and also thrive during this time frame, right? So what I would say is that right now is a good time to be getting into our industry as a loan officer, um, because you're going to start to see a little bit of easier transactions come through because more people are going to start stepping into the market. Some people will have a reason to refinance. A large swath of people that did buy in the last year and a half, 2 years, 2.5 years are going to be looking to refinance. So there's going to be a lot more opportunities out there. But what I will say is that work hard and understand those easy ones are going to come. But if you work hard and smart, then the ones that are a little bit more difficult and require an actual business model and actually you building a business model, um, even if it's a simple business model, I purchase leads, I market to those leads consistently, I work on my sales skills so I'm able to close a high percentage of those leads. You just have to have some sort of model in place. And if you do, and you're consistent with it and you're also aware of other things that are going on, you can be successful and not have it just be a rate driven thing, right? I'm guilty of it. I've been guilty of being a rate loan officer where all my transactions were based on just a simple market, where the rates were low and clients, I knew a lot of people, I did a lot of deals, for a lot of people that I knew, and clients were, there was easy benefit, I guess you could say, right? So what you want to do is you want to expand your network and your sphere of influence so that people that have other needs are reaching out to you as well. People that are, looking for, purchase transactions, realtors that are looking to send someone to a loan officer to get pre-approved, or to realtors that are looking to, let's say a realtor has a property for sale, they get an offer and they need to confirm that this offer is a legitimate offer and that the client's financing is on point. you want to be that person, right? You want to be that person that they say, hey, Kenneth, I'm going to send you this client. I'm about to go into escrow with them. I want to just make sure that their financing is good. Hey, no problem. Send them over to me. I'm going to review their loan program, their W-2s, pay stubs, whatever it is, to make sure that it fits and make sure it looks like a legit deal. And unless I've been told not to contact the client, I will likely reach out to the client and say, hey, my name is Kenneth. I was looking at your scenario. Just want to throw this out there. We can likely get you better pricing, right? So not only do you open yourself up to other deals, but you're also just servicing your client. And in this situation, that client at first is the realtor, right? So my point is this, man. I've definitely been victim of it, becoming complacent, not attacking the market the way that I'm supposed to really take full advantage. And the next thing you know, the market has a shift, something changes, and the business flow that you're used to isn't there. But it's your fault because you were kind of like what's the word, you weren't dynamic enough. You were a one trick pony, right? As opposed to, hey, I'm well versed in hard money. I have people that buy and flip properties, and they're kind of going to be doing that even if rates jump up, because it's an investment thing and they're going to weigh out their numbers. So I work with people that do that. I also have my source that I work with for just your normal your normal type of client, whether it's a purchase or a refinance transaction. And then I'm also purchasing leads, because leads are always going to be something where people are going online or going to some sort of source indicating that they have some sort of interest. So those leads, they do slow down during times where maybe the market isn't as favorable, but they're still there for the most part. And if you're purchasing them, and there usually is some sort of return if you have a game plan and if your skills are on point, when you're calling the lead. So that's pretty much it. Just wanted to do my market recap. Wifey just walked in the house. It's about to get loud up in here. I appreciate you guys tapping back in. Like and subscribe so you can get the next videos that pop out. We're going to stay on top of it. 100 Years of Wealth, streamhomeloan.com. And feel free to message me or put something in the comments if you have any questions, mortgage, real estate related. I'm here to help. 100 Years of Wealth. You guys stay up.